So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. Some videos ago, we delved deeply into the story of Dr. Anu Oluwapo, MD CEO MedContour. MedContour is a cosmetic surgery outfit in Nigeria which specializes in Brazilian butt lifts, aka BBL, for women who desire to enhance the appearance of their behinds. I took us through her whole journey, how she began, the major regrettable events that rocked her career, especially the death of former beauty queen Nneka. We discussed her travels with the law and how all of these unfortunate circumstances took a toll on her health, her mental well-being, and how she eventually fell ill and died. She died leaving 3 little children behind and a grief-stricken mother. She is the only child of her mother, by the way, so one can only imagine the mother's state of mind losing her only child. In today's video, we're going to proceed to give a deeper review, draw a wider perspective on this story, as well as go into some more facts that have now come to my knowledge since I covered that story. But before we proceed, if you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. Now, the truth is that despite these failed procedures that rocked Dr. Anu's career, she did carry out many other successful BBL procedures. Yes, she worked on a lot of bodies satisfactorily during her lifetime. A good number of her happy clients reached out and opened up to me, of course on the grounds of anonymity, on how they got the BBL, a boob augmentation, a hip enlargement, and all of those procedures successfully in Dr. Anu's clinic. I find that 3 major factors contributed in putting Dr. Anu in the light that she was put in during her lifetime and before her death. Firstly, just like several other endeavors in life, one mishap can cancel out decades of good record. Take for example in football, there can be this super goalkeeper that catches all the balls and performs very well in the Champions League and Premier League and all of that. But that fateful goal that he misses can have the fans reeling in disappointment and annoyance, as though it is not the same person that has been excellent in previous games. The same way one incident of infidelity can cancel out 30 years of good record in a marriage. So yes, one single death or a few occurrences of botched processes in the life of a BBL doctor can completely invalidate 1,000 other successful procedures, and that is just human nature. Secondly, the second reason why I believe that Dr. Anu's case was this projected was that of all these successful procedures, there were never any single account of good record or a job well done that was put out in the media. Every time Dr. Anu was in the press, it was because of a botched procedure or a procedure that led to complications. So it was almost like this is all she was known for. These success stories would never want to come out to throw their weight behind Dr. Anu or say, yes, I did get the procedure here and for me it was okay. And there are many reasons why these success stories do not come out. Firstly, many women who have these procedures done, especially in this part of the world, in Africa, usually do not like to come out open to disclose it. They do not want it to be of public knowledge. They would rather like to pass off the impression that they got it naturally, either through their mama or through the gym. And that's why you see many of them, after they have gone under the knife, they'll then go and purchase different colors of gym wears and be taking videos of themselves on Instagram doing like this, giving the impression that they hit the gym and the gym changed their body, even when they know that they went under the knife. Some of them will become brand ambassadors to all sorts of shapewears and slimming teas and shrinking teas, deceiving their followers. Many of them are embarrassed to be identified as that person that Dr. Anu molded yash for, except very few of them, those ones that those crazy ones that do not send you, they don't send your papa, they don't send your dad. People like Tonto DK, Blessing CEO, and a few of them like that would come out openly and say, yes, I had a BBL. I had surgery to enhance my look. Some of them already have built this public personality that they believe that admitting to having BBL will taint. Like, it's not possible for them to be on Instagram, posting on their Instagram stories of themselves, raising their hands up, singing hallelujah. Open the floodgates in abundance, because your reign. Hallelujah. Just imagine having that projection of yourself and then being associated with having your yash molded by Dr. Anu. So because of this public perception of who they have portrayed themselves to be, they are very discreet with these surgeries. So yes, because of this stigma in quotes, ladies will never come out to say Dr. Anu did my body and it was successful. So it was only the bad record that we got to know of. Thirdly, another reason why Dr. Anu's case went the way it went is because Dr. Anu is the only BBL doctor in Nigeria who is the face of her brand. I would explain. So when you hear of MedContour, you see Dr. Anu, you see her face, you see her body. She was the face of MedContour. She was her own model. She was the brand. There was absolutely no distinction, at least in the eyes of the press and the media, between the corporation and the individual. So consequently, whatever happened at MedContour, that face that is known on social media is the person that will be dragged, that will be harassed, that will be trolled. Guys, believe me when I tell you that so many people are dying, going under the knife to enhance their bodies in Nigeria and across the world. Many times, the families of these victims or these diseased people, let me call them that, keep it hush-hush. They do not even want to come out to talk about it because they feel it's a shameful incident. They feel it's avoidable. So they do not want that blame cast and that disgrace of, oh, so she went to go and pump her yash and she died. So many times the families of these ladies keep it on the low, but many of our girls are dying. Not too long ago, I remember the case of Christabel, the Port Harcourt influencer that went for a top-up and died on the surgery table. And even more recently, it was Sandra Baba, the beautiful lady that died from post-BBL complications when she went for a butt lift. 28-year-old Amelia, a Nigerian lady as well, had hers in India and died there as well. And let us not forget the recent case, just last month, it was Abiola, who died in Lekki after she went for a BBL. So the number of women dying every day from complications from these surgeries are enormous and mostly underreported or completely unreported at all many times. In fact, there are some facilities in Nigeria, in that same Lagos, that have been fingered more than once to have caused the death of a patient. I do not want to mention their names, but if you know them, you know. You can drop it in the comment section if you know this company that have been fingered more than once to have caused the death of somebody that went for BBL surgery, but they're still in business. There was no such big crucifixion as there was in the case of Dr. Anu because there was no face to this business. They operated as an establishment, unlike the late Dr. Anu that carried out business like an individual, making her exposed to plenty of personal culpabilities. This is of course not exculpating the late Dr. Anu of any culpabilities or liabilities that she may be subject to by reason of professional misconduct or medical malpractice. No. In as much as I commensurate with her family and I kind of feel pity for the way her life ended, I still kind of believe personally that she would have gotten some more experience on the job. I'm not talking about those short courses that she underwent. I believe that she would have done better in practice if she understudied the practice of this field of medicine for a longer period than she did. Yes, I think that she went into carrying out the surgeries sooner than she should have. But the point I'm driving at here is that this is an epidemic and so many deaths are arising from these surgeries. Dr. Anu's own became prominent just because of these reasons that I have listed. That does not in any way invalidate the fact that this has become a national crisis that we should talk about. One of the most recurring comments that we got on that video, those videos about Dr. Anu, is, ladies, why risk your life over a man that will still cheat on you, a man that will not even marry you? Why put your life on the line over Adam? Adam that will still cheat on you? A lot of people have the conviction that every woman who goes under the knife do so just for the sexual pleasing and gratification of men, or because they are desiring sexual attraction from the opposite gender. That may be true for plenty of cases, for more cases than not. But the truth is that it is not every woman who chooses to undergo one procedure or the other does it because of sexual gratification from the men. From a boob lift to a tummy tuck to a mommy makeover, facelift, some invasive, some non-invasive, some simple, some high-risk procedures. Not all of these women undergo these processes just because they are trying to attract men to sleep with them. If that was the case, we will not have happily married women who have no intentions of stepping outside their matrimonial home, still desirous of going through one procedure or the other to enhance their appearance. Let's have this conversation. Relax. There are other reasons, deeply rooted reasons. And the sooner we have this discussion more holistically, the better for us. Yes, Dr. Anu may be late, but a culture does not die with a person. The BBL culture still outlives her, and many more casualties will still occasion as long as we have the culture living with us. So, what are the other reasons why women choose to go under the knife to alter their appearance? 1. Low self-esteem, feeling of insecurity, feelings of inadequacy, feelings of not being beautiful enough. For some people, it stems from their childhood. Yes, words that they were told as a child growing up, snide comments, derogatory remarks from their parents, their relatives, their friends at school. They grow up having that impression that they don't look okay. They don't fit into societal standards of beauty. For some people, this feeling of low self-esteem and insufficiency arises after childbirth. When they put to bed and their bodies change, they start feeling ashamed of what pregnancy and childbirth has done to their body. That's another reason why women, both single and married, go for these procedures. Secondly, for clothes to have this fitting, this look, this magazine appearance. So many ladies have the feeling that they cannot put on clothes that they admire because of the way their bodies are shaped. They put on several clothes and they change more than 5 times because they do not have that body positivity, that confidence. They feel like they look funny in certain clothing. So given the right resources, the right risk appetites, and the right opportunities, these women will go under the knife to change their body type. 3. For class, status, or career. I would explain because a lot is going on, and the sooner we address the root cause of this, the better for us as a people. There are some careers, especially in entertainment, where people feel like if you do not have a certain appearance, if you do not have a certain look, you will not be taken seriously, you will not blow, you will not be noticed. Yes. And they feel like they have to go under the knife to have that ideal superstar curves because they naturally did not come with it. And for the culture, the pop culture, to accept them, for directors and producers to want to sign them in, for fans to want to see what they're about, they have to have that sex appeal. It is a real fact. And this happens especially with the actresses, the musicians, and generally ladies in entertainment. Some do it simply for class and status. Oh yes. They want to feel among the big girls in Lekki. There are some clique of friends that you cannot be admitted in their clique except you look a certain way. Are you aware? If you are flat or you are seen as shapeless, you cannot roll with those big girls. It happens. So in order to fit into class and status, some women alter their bodies to look like these movers and shakers of town. And that's ridiculous, if you ask me. Lastly, there's the societal pressure. You know, there can be pressure from society and it will be subtle. You can't point at any direction where it's coming from, but it is just there. It fills the air. On social media now, young girls, young children in university, are watching the kind of weights and praises that women that are shaped a certain way gets, that others that are not shaped that way do not get. It influences on the mindset of these young, impressionable people. You see lots of comments saying, she not even get yash. Her mouth they sharp. You see some boys say, this is not my kind of person. She gets yash. You can have all my money. We die for you. You see blogs posting, God bless Africa. And that God bless Africa they're talking about is women that are shaped this way. For gullible, easily impressionable young girls, these subtle pressures can indirectly change their mindsets and push them, nudge them in certain directions to be open to procedures that can make them in that way that society has said is attractive. So there is a societal pressure, very heavy in the Nigerian media space. So believe me, there are so many other reasons why this BBL thing is becoming a very huge thing in Nigeria and some other African countries. For some other women, it's to pepper. To pepper and oppress other women. Pose with bikinis on social media. Oh yes, to pepper and oppress. You know, men will never understand the power tussle and the classism that exists amongst women. Women are very dynamic creatures, trust me. Do you know that women show off for their fellow women even more than men? Yes, just as much as they do for men, and even in several occasions more than men. I'll give you an example. If there is an all-boys party, maybe in a boys hostel or like a men office hangout, there are like only men that are gathered to take themselves out, you'll find a man coming with an old t-shirt, bathroom slippers, without combing his hair. They will appear anyhow because they're not trying to please their fellow man. But through an all-girls party, girls will come even in their much more best than if men were there. They will still dress up, they'll wear their best wigs, they'll wear their best makeup. So even when only women are gathered, women are still trying to sieve out the classiest, the prettiest, the best, the most privileged. So sometimes this show off is not even for men alone. Women show off for their fellow women. This pretty privilege that we talk about, do you know that it is more amongst women than even men to women? In secondary school, for example, if you guys can think back to when you were in secondary school, high school, you would observe that this girl that is like the most beautiful girl in your class or in your level, or even in the dormitory, or she's the most shapiest, or maybe she's half caste, you will see that everybody will be gravitating towards being her friend. All the girls will want to be her friend. All the seniors will want to be her school mother. Everybody will want to associate with her. That's how women are. We attach importance to our beauty and our appearance amongst ourselves first before you now talk about men. So it is a very complicated situation for women. Women get their bodies done, go under the knife, and put themselves under this risk for a variety of reasons. But in all, after all is said and done, do you know what it boils down to? A perception of oneself. That is just it. How do you see yourself? How do you perceive yourself? What beauty standards do you hold yourself to? I'll tell you where it starts from. The childhood. Do we parents understand the degree of foundation, confidence, self-worth, character that we are building in our children by what we tell them and what we refrain from telling them, how we rate them, how we compare their appearance to others, including their siblings, the level of acceptance that we build in our children right from their formative years. And it goes for both parents. In fact, for the women, that foundation stems more from the fathers than their mothers. Because when a woman tells her daughter that she is beautiful, it is a compliment. But when a father tells his daughter that she is beautiful, it is an identity. So the children need to get this validation, this confidence, this self-worth from their parents from their childhood. When children grow up with this very healthy self-esteem, it is less likely that society will be able to shake them or make them feel less of themselves or pressure them to these kinds of modifications that are risky. Let us raise our kids to be happy, content, confident, and comfortable in who they are and how they are. Secondly, partners, spouses. The truth is that women are and forever will remain more critical of themselves, more sensitive, and more self-conscious than men. And that's a fact. Wouldn't change in 1,000 years. And that is why during an outing, a man would just go to his closet and throw on one t-shirt and he's good to go. But when a woman wants to dress up for that event, oh my God, she can change into 4 or 5 outfits. She will test this one. She will say, hey, this one makes me look fat. This one, see the way my stomach came out. This one, I look like a bag of potatoes. This one, this. She will change and turn to the side and turn to the right and turn to the left just to ensure that she's looking her best and the outfit does not exaggerate those flaws of hers that she wants to stay minimized. Women are very critical of themselves, especially of their appearance. And that is why when you compare the women beauty industry to the men beauty industry, it is like this. When you compare it, the women beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, while the men just open a shop where men come to buy self-care and this care, and count how many people were working there in a day compared to women. So women are always in a constant drive on how to improve their appearance and look better. And that consequently leads to the reason why women are more affected by words, especially words that are centered around their looks. You can go for a party, for example, and a man is maybe having a meal and maybe he meets a friend and the friend shakes him, guy, how far, how are you doing? And his friend says, you don't add up. Oh. You see the guy be like, really? Man, I don't add up. They'll just laugh over it and joke about it, but it is not the same for a woman. If a woman goes to a party and a friend comes and says, oh, you've grown so fat, you have ruined that woman's day. Oh, I hope you're aware. You have ruined her party. She will not even be comfortable enough to stand up and be walking up and down because immediately she is feeling like Yokozuna in that party. So words that critique the appearance of women get to them faster and deeper than a man. And the truth is that it's not just words that have to do with appearance. Words generally get to women more. Forget that most times it is we that misuses these words. We are the ones that have the razor blade mouth that can talk 1,000 sentences in one word in 1 minute. But words hurt and break women more. And that is why you see a man and a woman having a misunderstanding. Within 1 minute, the woman has said 2,000 words. But when the man just drops one bombshell, she will burst out and start crying. Like, see, don't be you. They run your parrot mouth since morning. Just one, you're finished. Spouses, husbands, boyfriends. That is, if you are doing bad thing. I don't endorse that. But boyfriends, take note too, because this life is a life of sin. So all sorts of things happen. Men in general, please, I beg you, be very mindful of the kinds of remarks that you pass on your woman's body. You may be destroying and breaking her self-esteem. The truth is that almost every woman in the world, I said almost every woman in the world, if there is a system, maybe they just tell you that this cup of water, there is no risk, there is no cost, no 1% risk at all. It's just as if you are drinking water. And they tell you that this water, if you drink it, your body would be like this. You will have the opportunity to choose exactly how you want your body to be, make your stomach flatter, make your boobs stand, do this. 99% of women would go for it. What inhibits most women is cost and risk. So almost every woman, if given the opportunity to make 1 or 2 modifications to her appearance, take off a wrinkle here and there, take off an extra chin, make your this place look better, make your this place look bigger or smaller, 99% of women would go for that option if there is no risk to life and there is no expense to it and they have the opportunity. So when you have a species of human being that has the natural inclination, an inherent disposition to make alterations and modifications to things even when they look okay. A woman will enter a room, weekends, everybody's relaxing. She'll tell her husband, baby, let us rechange, let us remodify this place. What is wrong with this one? They start scattering everywhere and rechanging. And the man is wondering, why can't this woman just allow me rest? What is wrong with the way this room is arranged? Someone that has a natural inclination to want to remodify, when you put that feeling of inadequacy in the way she looks, if she has the resources and the opportunity, that woman will go to any length to start modifying her own body. Please, men, stop destroying the self-esteem of your wives. Sometimes I hear that men compare their wives, men talk down on their wives' bodies after they put to bed. And if this woman has the resources and she goes under the knife now or starts doing all these things, you say it's because of other men, this man, her eyes, other men. Sometimes it is not other men. Sometimes it's as a result of a destroyed self-esteem. And generally, society, we also have a role to play. Your mouth, your big mouth can be the reason why a woman or why somebody feels ugly. You might see it as just a compliment, a joke, a play. But joke to you might not be joke to another person. And it's pretty irritating when someone expects their own standard of how they process things to be how every other person will. You hear some people say, if it's me, I would have taken it as a joke. Who is you? Are you the world best practice? It's so annoying when people expect other people to interpret their snide comments the way they would have. So you go around telling people that, see your flat ass, see your shapeless body, you have gotten so fat. Hey, look at how fat you are. Those comments are hurtful and they can trigger these kinds of things that we're seeing in our society right now. Bridle your tongue. I always say that it is not everything that comes to your head that must come out to your mouth. Ask yourself, is it kind? Is it necessary? If it's not, keep those comments to yourself. If you see a lady, if you see a man, if you see someone and you want to pass a compliment, you don't have to lie. You can pick out, even if it's their brows, even if it's their lip gloss, anything, say something kind and nice to that person, rather than passing snide comments of how their shape, how their appearance does not conform to your standard. That tears people down and puts them on the path of desperate measures to improve themselves. In conclusion, surgically enhancing oneself is just a matter of perception. It is a matter of self-perception. How you feel about how you look, whether you feel okay or you feel ugly. Let us grow and build healthy self-esteem and a feeling of sufficiency. To close this video, in Dr. Anu's very last post on social media, in her last publication, she asked a question. She posted in a very solemn way, how do I win souls for God? I have been thinking about this for a long time. And then she put a crying emoji. She then went to the caption of this post and said, suggestions please. And people took to the comment section, giving her several ideas. A few weeks after this post, Dr. Anu died. I really do hope that she found time to make peace with her creator. May God forgive her shortcomings and accept her soul. Do drop all your comments, all your thoughts, all your feelings down in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this BBL culture. Is it a thing in your own country? Share your experiences about building a healthy self-esteem. As a child, were you a victim of these derogatory words that had an impact and took a toll on your confidence? Share your experiences down in the comment section and what you also feel about promoting body positivity and a feeling of sufficiency in our society. Drop your thoughts, your comments, and your feelings down in the comment section. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued because we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.